Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chalovec Movies. My name is John and this is going to be my video for shelf 3 of my whole collection. Now before I do that, I had already done this before the other day. I've done number 2, which you've seen, and I did number 3 at the same time with my camera. But I just took delivery today of a package that my wife said it was yesterday. She wanted to get a card for somebody from Amazon, and she said, is there anything that you wanted from Amazon? Would you like to get some? And I was like, yes please. So that came today, as it always does with Amazon. You order it and it's there instantly, which is absolutely brilliant. Can't big up them enough in this COVID crisis at the moment. It seems like the most reliable things going at the minute. Okay, so anyway, let's get into this one. It's amazing how quick Amazon, I know I keep saying it, but it's amazing how quick Amazon just, you order it and it's just there immediately. So I know my wife has ordered a card, so I'll take that out now. I hope that's not for me. Right, so the first thing I've got here, and these, so I've always got a wish list on Amazon, as I would imagine most people have. So what I did was I just went through my wish list and got a few things that I thought myself, yeah, they weren't top of the list, but I got ones that I wanted to get 2 anyway, so I got 2 for a reduced price rather than getting 1 for a larger price. So the first one I got was the BFI version of La Belle et la Bête, which is The Beauty and the Beast. Now I believe that this film is from 1946. It's a French film, and it's not a horror film, of course it's not, but I do believe that a lot of horror people like this film, and I do think it's one of the most stylish ones you'll ever see. And that for that I always thought it was a silent film actually, but it's in black and white, and I thought, no, and I feel it's hefty, so I know there's quite a lot of stuff in there. The Beauty and the Beast by Jean Cocteau. I knew you got a good book. You always get a booklet in with their BFI releases, and this is a huge booklet. Now I believe that this disc was released. It hasn't got a reversible art, but I think that this disc was no, it's not reversible. I think this disc's from 2018. I think it's got a 4K restoration, so it's gonna look absolutely brilliant, as all 4K restorations do these days. And also begs the question, will there ever be a 4K version of this coming out? So there you go. So stick around to the end and you'll see me unboxing these things. You know, the bits that's, when I cut it, I'll put them on at the end so you can have a laugh at that, because this was a complete nightmare. And this has been talked about a lot. I Saw the Devil. Loads of people have told me to get this film, so I have got this film now. I'll do the same with this, and if it goes wrong, I wouldn't mind. At the moment I've got my nails are all right. Right, I Saw the Devil. Now I've heard loads of people mentioning this, but when I saw a few reviews of it, what people have got, and they've just explained the story to me, I thought to myself, that sounds really, really good, right up my alley. Very good revenge film, which I love revenge films when they're done right. Got quite a few on my shelves. You always like to see somebody getting their own back. So there you go. There's my things today. Now this one was supposed to come with a slipcase. I'm not really bothered, because my shelf mainly on especially BFI, it doesn't have any slipcases on it. It doesn't matter. Has it got a number on it? No, it hasn't got a number on it. Okay, so anyway, now that's over, and if you want to, stick around to the end and you'll see me unboxing the unboxing travesty of trying to get the shrink wrap off these 2 titles. Wow. So I'm going to put them on the shelf now, well, over there, but they will live on shelf 2, and I'll see you on the shelves. A tout à l'heure, mon ami. At the top of shelf 3, you've got all my music Blu-rays. Now these are the form of concerts or films. Predominantly a lot of Beatles stuff there. I don't really, it's funny, I do like the Beatles, but I don't have any of the records, strangely enough. And there's a few films in here which, Hairspray, there's a remake, which I'm not too keen on, if I'm honest. I don't know why I even got it. And there's a few things I've got from CX and stuff like that. You will notice there's a few Take That concerts. I don't really like Take That, but I do like the fact that the concerts are they're kind of funny in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but I do think that I get a bit of a laugh out of them. I don't watch them very often at all. I did get them for like £1 at CX. You'll notice there The Beast in Heat, which is one of the hardest to get band video nasties. I put it up here because when my nephew and niece stay, which I don't stay very often at this moment, they used to go through my shelves, and I thought that'd be one of the titles they would pick up and go, what's all this about? Which, yeah, you can't really explain that one, can you? So as you go past when you finish the music ones, then you will go through to, it follows on from the next shelf down there, which was F. So that's how I've put this shelf. Now you're going to see everything that's just like regular stuff from F. You'll notice there's my Godzilla stuff. Now what I did was, I'll leave a video in the link down below about how I did my Godzilla. This is from the Criterion box set. So I took all the discs out, put them in these cases, made some cases up, got them photocopied. But I've got a little video about how I did that. So I've just got them at hand, and I don't have to mess about and go into that case and maybe scratch the cases, the CDs, should I say, or the DVDs, or the Blu-rays even. Wow. So the next shelf is carrying on in the same thing in alphabetical order. These are the ones that don't belong to any sort of labels or anything like that, or any genres or whatever. They're just sort of just normal stuff. There's some films in there that are just absolutely brilliant. You've got the likes of Ivan's Childhood, which is an absolutely amazing film. That's on a Criterion, but that one there from Curzon is just exemplary. You've got Jaws there, which I don't only go to Jaws 2, Jaws 3 and Jaws 4. Not my cup of tea. Like I say, there's a lot of stuff here that's just been bought cheap, maybe. Some of them are films that I just absolutely love, and some films that are just ones. There's a few films in here I haven't even seen yet. As you will, about everybody has got in their collection films you haven't seen. And there's some comedies in here. That Meet the Spartans is pretty poor, but I just like it for some reason. I think that's another thing as well. When you've got stuff on your shelves and you like it, you keep it. Why get rid of it? There's a few here that are just like that Steve Merchant Live. It's good. I like it, but you probably can't see it on YouTube. And then when these ones come, when I fill these shelves up, I will sort of like get rid of these ones that I've talked about in a different video. So that there is quite a good version of The Outsiders, and it's that good I haven't watched it yet, although I have watched The Outsiders before. I do need to watch it. It's one of them ones that you just think, I've got to see it again, and then you put it to the back of the queue. You know, there's a big long list that I've got for ones that I need to watch, and just never get around to it. A lot of these ones, like let's say Pacific Rim, I've got that on Blu-ray. Haven't really watched it. I've watched it once. I don't even know if I watched it. I will watch it, and then if it's good enough, I'll upgrade them to 4K. There's a few here I will upgrade to 4K, but I just haven't got around to it yet. I haven't seen it without a slipcover, or with a slipcover, because that's what I need, a slipcover. Return of the Pink Panther there. I got that because I have got the box set of the Pink Panther on DVD, but you can't get that one in the box set, so that's why I've got it on Blu-ray. Brilliant set of films. Absolutely amazing. I've got the Scary Movie trilogy. I do like 3.5 and Scary Movie 2. I haven't got Scary Movie 4. It's a little bit expensive. I got that for like £1. I know they're not great when I get like 4 and 5, but I will get them eventually. I've got a big to-do list of what to buy and what not to buy. Obviously, you don't have a list of what not to buy. That's just that thing to say. This is a film here, Strangers on a Train, the Alfred Hitchcock film. It never ever seems to get talked about, yet it's one of the best Alfred Hitchcock films. It's got to get a 4K release, but it just seems to be forgotten about. And the fella in it who plays this sort of, I'm going to say a bit of a psychopath in it, he died after the film, and he's such a good character. I think he's called Bruno in the film, and it's about, you know, you kill somebody and you kill someone for me and I'll kill someone for you, that type of thing. But it's just an amazing film. But it doesn't really seem to get put in any of the box sets for Alfred Hitchcock. Maybe for rights, I don't know. So I'm getting through to me Star Wars ones here. Now the Star Wars, I've got to say, I do like Star Wars, and I used to love the original trilogy. And then when the other trilogy came out, I did like it, but it kind of got me a little bit not liking the series that much. And then the last three came out and they made us not like the series a little bit less. So as I do like them, I do watch them. We're going to watch them again, me and my wife. It still make me think, I don't know. I do like Rogue One. I do like Solo, actually. It's all right. So are the pictures. Superman, a lot of people don't talk about Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, which is, it does take the film and kind of alter it and make it a completely different film. It's brilliant, but no one ever seems to mention that. And there's Superman the movie. This is the extended cut, the special edition, and I think it's got all the stuff from the TV thing put into one massive version of a film. That one's not talked about that much, but that was off my good friend Holgoss73. Tales Out of School, that's a brilliant thing. I used to watch that at school. Everyone came into school the next day and said, did anyone see Trevor the skinhead in it? So coming along to this shelf with one of my favourite series of films in the sort of drama / comedy in a little bit. These are just absolutely amazing. It's as if you're transported back to 1983, 86, 88, 90. It's like having a time capsule, but it's one of the best things I've ever seen. And some of the acting in it is just next level. You just can't even begin to describe how good. If you haven't seen that, do get it and get transported, especially if you grew up in exactly that time as I did. These people are probably exactly the same age as me. It was like literally reliving your childhood, for me especially. Brilliant. That one there, Visitors, is a really good film, and all it does is show people's faces for the full film. Sounds a bit boring, but it's not. But it's very hard to get. I got it for £1 in CEX, and these days it's for like 20-30 quid. Weird. John Wick, I will update them to 4K. I will update Whiplash to 4K as well. Love that film. Didn't like it when I first saw it, but think it's absolutely brilliant now. The acting from this fella here is just wow. Never seen nothing like it. That's a great film there by Indicator. The Wrong Box. Actually, I should have that one over by the end. But the other Indicators are kind of all horror ones. Wow. Turmoil. So when I was watching Big Paulie's channel a while ago, I did notice he was going to Poundland and getting loads of stuff. So I started to go myself. And it was a good thrill of the chase trying to get these. So I did go out and get all the X-Men films. I haven't really watched. I've watched the first three and never really watched the other ones. I will watch them eventually, but it was just fun to get these for, like I say, £2. It was a bit unnecessary, but and after this, you've got goes all to my A to Z, and the film the stop here. So the next section from here is going to be, well, you can consider them not kids films. Well, they are kids films, but they're more like computer generated stuff, which I really, really enjoy. I always have done. Loves Toy Story and that. So, but funny enough, on this shelf, because I put them there, I do want to put them somewhere else. You'll see why. I used to have them on the floor with other box sets, but they don't fit in there at the minute, so they're kind of just in a bit, they're not where they should be, but they're just there for the moment. And then you've got the rest of my, what you could call, well, the more like animation, CGI, computer animation, that type of thing. Just, I think you can get a good laugh out of these films. I do like watching them. They look great on the system as well. So if anybody wants to know, this one here is the first ever Blu-ray I got. And I got this with my set when I bought my Blu-ray player. I got this, I got Hancock, which was okay, but I didn't keep it. And also got Mamma Mia, which I didn't watch because it's not my cup of tea, even though I'm a big fan of ABBA. Not really a fan of that type of film. So that's my oldest Blu-ray in my collection, believe it or not, and I've watched it a grand total of twice. I need to watch that again because I did really like it. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I think it's a film, you forget about some of these films and you just go about them very occasionally. More if there's a kid around, you know, if you've got like family up and you just say, here, chuck one of them on. So from there, you've got the ones from CEX and Poundland, and I'm going to, if I like them, then they will go into my shelves and get incorporated there. If I don't like them, then it just gets sold immediately. They're taking up space. I think if something's here and I don't like it, I don't need it, it's taking up space, I could put it to use with something else. That's the way I do it. If something doesn't grab my attention and I think, well, I'll never watch that again, even though I might kind of appreciate it. I think, well, then why have my shelves up with things that I don't want? So this is, like I say, it's again, this just all been gotten cheap. These two here, they've got lovely slipcovers actually. Like I say, I watched that at the start of 2020. Didn't really like it. I will give it another shot, but I don't think I'll be keeping that. So like I say, sometimes you got like steel books from Poundland for £2, which is absolutely crazy. So when you go down here, and there's the two ones. I put the ones that I haven't. I'll put them in my collection, but I have them here, like holding here until I get a few, and then I'll put them in on the shelves properly. And that's how much gap I've got. So I've repaired the wall there a bit, as you can see, because it was going to fall down, because the people who put the boiler in before us made a right hash of it and wrecked the wall. So I had to repair that. So that was one of the things where when I got this wall, I said to my wife, you know how that wall's got a big split in it? If I repair it, she went, oh, that sounds great. I goes, then I can put a massive shelf up and pull my Blu-rays there. Thank you, bye. So I think I kind of frazzled her mind, and she didn't know. I think I did a Jedi mind trick on her there. So that's the end of them Blu-rays on the shelves, kind of. And this is getting towards this is going from here. I'll go up to here with my next in line of DVDs. These are all TV series. Like I say, I watch them quite a lot. I do like them all. Love this series here with Hilda Baker. I think she's just absolutely brilliant. One of the funniest people I've ever seen. This one here, Not Going Out. I did get them, then I thought there's much more, and I've dropped off with it. I don't know if I'll get any more. It might be ones that I wouldn't keep forever, but I do like them. It's not that I don't like them. Also, that's my favourite comedy of all time, The English Office. I think it's absolutely, you can't get any better than that. The American Office, which I do like. I don't like season one, because it's just a blatant copy of them. But when the series 2 comes, me and my wife are watching them at the minute. Actually, we've watched them once, and then we're going through them to watch them twice straight away, which is a bit mad, but why not? So I've got all the series at the office. We don't really watch it on the DVD, watch it on the TV at the moment. But we've got these as a backup, and then we watched all the bonus features on there as well, especially the outtakes, which are hilarious. So more DVDs, box sets, and comedy. So the TV series, I don't really go in for much of a drama in TV series. It's more comedy. Old 70s type of comedies, that type of thing. It just really appeals to us. That's when I probably watched them more than any time else. Some of these comedy things I could watch over and over again. I just think absolutely brilliant. Still Game, which is amazing. I've still got to get a few more of their stuff. I've got a few DVDs that I don't need. I do think that DVD for TV stuff is probably just good enough, and I don't think I need to go down the route of getting them in Blu-ray that much. I would on some of them, but not all. You know, they don't really cry out to us, I need a Blu-ray of this, and sometimes the Blu-rays aren't really that good anyway. Are you listening, Faulty Towers? So now I've got some. These are just stand-up stuff. You can see these all on YouTube, but at the time you couldn't really do that. You couldn't really see them on there. Then I come through to my music DVDs, which I've got a few there. That you know, just well, I don't watch them that often, if I'm honest, but I do go back to them sometimes. These are stuff that sometimes you can see on YouTube, but you know, not all the time. I like having these things as a backup. Also here you've got a couple of TV series there which need to be put in another place. They were just ones that sometimes when you put them all together you think, oh, I've missed out a couple, and they are just missed out. So here is my bottom shelf. Now these used to be on the top shelf, and the reason why I haven't got a sort of a thing on the bottom there is because the floor slopes up at an alarming rate. So I couldn't put anything underneath it because I couldn't fit anything on the shelves. So I've just decided not to put a bar across that. That's why the shelves are a little bit uneven. I did have all this stuff on the top shelf right about, if I can get my finger on it, where is it? Right about there. Aye. But what happened was, there's a hell of a lot of weight in some of them titles. I'm looking at predominantly the Batman set, Lord of Rings, Buster Keaton. So I had to, it was starting to come away a little bit of the wall. That's the only time I've ever had a problem with the shelves. So I thought, right, note to self, get this heavy stuff on the floor. The Arrow stuff is up there, but it's held its weight. But I didn't want to do anything that would mean that I would have the shelves falling on my head, which it would have done eventually. Wow, good job I caught it. So anyway, this is all the Criterion stuff. I don't have them, the spines, you notice, they're not all in the order of when they came out. I like to have them as the Amaray cases first, the kind of Amaray cases. They hold a different name, but I don't know what it is, I can't remember. I do have the sort of slip cover thingies, what they call them there, the sort of, I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, so they go to the bigger sets right at the end. And then I've got like other box sets that don't really fit on the shelves. I can keep them with that. I thought I'm going to put all my box sets down here and make sure that nobody goes near them anyway. So I don't think anybody's going to kick them. Please God, no. I don't really like having stuff on the floor, but they're very much out of the way. And for me, they're good enough there, and it's just the weight that's keeping it off. If I did, I would never do these shelves again, but if I did do something else with these shelves, I would make sure that the place where I put these, if I put them up a height, because obviously you've got the Batman is the tallest one that I've got in this collection. So it means that it's that high that I can't have it on a shelf. I've got to have it either on the top or the bottom in this case. So anyway, that's the whole of them lot. The whole of these shelves here. So one final swoop. This is the whole thing. I've got right on the bed, precariously balanced on the bed, and this shows you the whole overlook of this shelf. If you just think every morning you wake up and this is the first thing you see. Now I think that's the best thing in the world. I don't know if my wife feels that way. Hopefully she does. So that is a whole overview in 2021 of these shelves, and I had a lot of fun making these videos, and also I just love looking at these shelves, and I like standing in front of them, maybe picking a thing where I can maybe look at something and think, would that look better somewhere else? And for instance, like things like that, I would never split them up and have a couple up there and a couple down there. They've got to, if they go along there, then they've got to come there in the full set, which have been there before, but they've been moved back a little bit. So that's it. That's the whole lot. And I don't imagine this to change. The shelves will never change at all. They'll always be the same. But titles will come and go, I'm sure of that. But I don't think I'll ever extend this at all. And that'll keep my collection down to whatever's on here is what I've got. I'm quite happy with that. I think sometimes you can have too many, maybe. But I don't want to be too much putting things on just for shelf fillers. I want to have the ones that are going to work for me. It's important to have your collection to work for yourself, and that way you can sort of enjoy it more. It doesn't become a bit of a bind and bit of like, I don't know where to put things. I don't know how to sort things out. These are very easy to sort out. If you've got to move something from there, you just take it out, put a couple in there, arrow, and then maybe find a different home for that one, or you can move it down. We can't move it down to there, so them ones will probably go over here somewhere as a total of 3 together, or 4 I think there is, and then I'll put a couple in there just to place fill that. It's just, they're all doable, they're all movable out, and you don't have to take, if you've got a new one there, you don't have to move every single one along. That's one thing that I used to do on the other shelves, which is drives around the bend, but you don't do it on this ones anymore, which is the best thing about these shelves. You can just you can slot and then move ones, and then you can find a space for everything. It's brilliant. And some shelves, I think them shelves are a bit longer than them shelves. So something you can take 2 out of there, and you can fit 3 in that one, for instance. So it's quite organic, if that's a word, and it does move. It does make it be able to move quite freely across this whole wall. So these are the ones that don't fit on the shelf, mainly due to the size and also the weight. And I've shown these ones on other videos as well, but this means that you'll have seen every single thing that I've got, apart from little straggling bits of stuff that is going to get sold and things like that. And the first one is the gigantic box set of Laurel & Hardy, 21 DVDs. Most of the films in here are the shorter ones. There's a couple of full-length ones in. There's a couple of silent ones in. But in general, it's just a set. If you want to get into Laurel & Hardy, as I put in the video, I'll link the video down below about how you get into Laurel & Hardy if you don't know anything about them. I urge somebody to get this one. Although it is in a smaller, condensed one now. This was when it first came out in its original form. And it is great, but it's very difficult to house anywhere, you know. And it's something I don't like to have out, because if I had it out, it would just get damaged. I'm sure it would. The next one, this is in no particular order of how I like these a lot, all of them, but I could have put a ranking on what I like these ones as, but I think I like them all the same ish. Next one is the huge 4K box set of Dawn of the Dead. It was released last year, and it's probably one of the best 4K sets I've seen from a boutique label. I would love to have it on the shelf, but I've got this horrible feeling if I did, it would either get damaged. I don't like it to be able to be out and moved about on the shelf. I just don't like to think the edges could get any harm to them, because it's, like I say, it's in perfect condition and I want to keep it that way. So I don't mind it living in the cupboard. At least I do know it. Sometimes when the things are in the cupboard you forget all about them, but you would never forget about this set. It's absolutely brilliant, highly recommended. I know it's coming out in a smaller version. I would imagine just if you want to see this in the best way it's ever seen, it's this one, but also that's the best version of it. So the next one is the one that was gotten for me by my good friend Holgoth73, and it is the Friday the 13th box set, complete box set. It just looks amazing. It's I have opened it, I've kept the shrink wrap on. I do think it's not that heavy, but I don't want it on the shelves having get moved about. I don't want any wear to the box at all, because it's in perfect condition. My good friend John Hall had the decency to get all the discs swapped. He got all the replacement discs, and when he sold to me for a great price, there was a couple of loose discs in it, but I put them back in and they were perfect, so there's no damage to them at all. And I've got to thank John Hall once again for getting me this thing. I haven't watched it yet. I am so tempted to get into it, but I just want to pick a time when I know I'm going to get, because when I watch Friday the 13th, which I do watch usually once a year, I do binge it. I go crazy on it, but I want to get into this box set and watch every disc on here and see how they compare to the other ones. And I do know there's a few in here that will look much better than the other box set. There's a couple in there that do look better on that box set than on here, I think. That was just on a flick through. But yes, absolutely brilliant, and I highly recommend that set. If you want everything, go and get that box set and you're done. It is region 1 though, so you need a multi-region player. And the last thing I've got, and I don't know why this doesn't fit on the shelves, or I don't put it in the shelves, maybe I do. It's the humongous box set of Godzilla Criterion Spine number 1000. It's just absolutely brilliant. This is you can't put it on the shelves. You never could. I don't know. Well, I wouldn't have it in my I wouldn't have it in my wall. If I could fit it somewhere, I would put it somewhere, because it is something you do need. But I keep it all locked away, and I get out from time to time and I flick through it, and I do like it. I do think that this is a great set to own. It is like the Arrow. I have got the Arrow Gamera box sets in the more smaller. I wonder if this would ever come out in a different version and make it more accessible, like to put on a shelf. Maybe not. I don't know. But it doesn't seem to be coming out, or any talk of it coming out at this moment. That's another reason why this is locked away. It's in a protective box as well. The box it came in, and it's just absolutely brilliant. I just had to have it, which I would love to have got the other Arrow Gamera box set, but in hindsight, the other one is just as good. So that's the whole lot of what's on my shelves, and also the stuff that won't fit on my shelves. Okay, thanks very much for watching shelf 3. If you want to stick around, in about 10 seconds I'll put on my how I got these off travesty, and I've got plenty more things to show you on the shelves. In essence, I've got lots. I'm going to finish off my slip cases. They're still ongoing. My next video is going to be the 4K ones, like part 1 of the 4K ones, because there's quite a few in the 4K ones which I do like. So anyway, so thanks for sticking around to the end. I'll pass you forward to me in the past with this. Okay, but anyway, I'll say goodbye to you, and you can go and watch me having a meltdown. So take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Although I'll see you now. So I'm going to open that, and of course I'll not be able to get into it. I'll smash my fingers to bits trying to get all this. You know when you get something that's flimsy, and then they wrap this in cling film, and it's not flimsy, and then you can't get out of there. It's like, I don't know what this cling film is made of, because it is literally impossible to get these things out. So this video, I'm probably going to hide this on the end of the video just so you can have a bit of a laugh at it. Honestly, and then you get that off. I mean, what's that? What's that going to do? Anywho, where are we? Good God. I'm getting so frustrated. Right. Of course, you've got this little thing here. This little, whatever it is. Which you used to have on tab boxes back in the day. Not that I smoke. And it never works, does it? It never works. Oh, there you go. It's a wonder I've got any Blu-rays left, because the frustration you get out of these things, I could have had this smashed 20 times over, stood on the floor and healed it. Wouldn't do that. And you know what it is? The more frustrated you get, the harder it is to get off. Wow. I'm going to have to probably put this out in its separate own video. It'll be 3 hours long getting this thing off. God. I need a drink. I don't drink either. Okay. The Beauty and the Beast by Jean Cocteau. I'll do the same with this. And if it goes wrong, I wouldn't mind. At the moment I've got some, my nails are all right. God. One of the most frustrating things you can never have is opening one of these things. It's like an anti-stress ball, isn't it? Good name, good song title. Oh, no, I thought I had it. This is ridiculous. I haven't got me scalpel either. I thought, well, I not need it. It's just a little bit of cling film. How wrong I was. This is officially the worst getting into anything that I've ever had in my life. I mean, I wish there was something I could break, like go outside and break, like a big bit of wood or something. Now, I'm not putting this on, but this is, what's that sticker say? Horror Vault. I don't know why I've opened this one actually, because there's probably nothing in it. Although you probably have a little bit of a laugh at me if you like this sort of thing. I'll put, like I say, I put it at the end of the video, so when you look at the thumbnail in the video, it said it's like 6 hours long. I'll say at the start of this video, if you want to, look at the last 3 hours of unboxings of what's it called? Cling film. Don't ever look at me again. And we're back.